Ever find yourself wondering what you could possibly learn from, well, traitors?
Interesting question.
It does sound a little counterintuitive, right?
Yeah, a bit.
But stick with us on this one because in this deep dive, we're going to explore this concept
We are?
from the science fiction novel, The Three-Body Problem.
Yes.
And it actually reveals a really powerful strategy
Yeah.
for understanding your opponents.
It's a fascinating idea.
It is.
And it plays out in a really unique way in the book.
Okay, so set the stage for us.
Okay, so imagine this. Earth is facing an impending invasion from a technologically superior alien civilization called the Trisolarans.
Okay.
And we're not talking about friendly greetings here.
Right.
These aliens are not here to play nice.
So full-on War of the Worlds situation.
Pretty much.
Thanks.
But here's where the traitor element comes in. There's a secret group within humanity called the Earth Trisolaran Organization, or ETO for short.
Okay.
These are humans who believe that Earth's only hope is to surrender to the Trisolarans.
That's rough.
Yeah.
I mean, facing an existential threat is one thing, but to actually side with the enemy,
Yeah,
that's a whole other level.
absolutely. They're the ultimate insider threat. And what's really interesting is how the book emphasizes that the most valuable thing isn't just eliminating the ETO,
Okay.
but understanding them.
Yeah.
Specifically, it's about getting their communication logs, the messages exchanged with the Trisolarans.
Okay, so instead of just taking them down, the focus shifts to gathering intel.
Right.
What's the thinking there?
The book highlights two main reasons.
Okay.
First, it's about gaining a brutally honest outsider's perspective.
Okay.
The ETO, as misguided as they might be, are looking at humanity's strengths and weaknesses
Sure.
through a lens that those within the system might not have. They're offering unfiltered feedback, even if it's coming from a place of, well, treason.
So it's like that saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer,
Yes.
but on a cosmic scale.
Exactly. You're trying to understand the enemy's perspective, their motivations.
Right.
The second reason is even more strategic.
Okay.
By examining what the Trisolarans are asking the ETO, humanity can uncover the enemy's priorities.
Okay.
What do they fear? What do they value?
Right.
It's like in chess,
Sure.
understanding your opponent's moves is crucial to developing a winning strategy.
That makes a lot of sense. But how do you actually get your hands on these communication logs?
Right.
I'd imagine the ETO is pretty careful about covering their tracks.
You're right, they operate from a ship
Okay.
to stay mobile and off the grid.
Yeah.
It's not a foolproof plan, though.
Right.
Their movements aren't entirely untraceable, and they eventually have to pass through the Panama Canal.
Okay.
This is where things get interesting.
Okay. The Panama Canal.
Yeah,
I'm picturing a map in my head.
sure.
What happens? Do they just ambush the ship?
Not quite an ambush.
Okay.
Remember those razor-sharp nanothreads we talked about earlier?
Oh, right. Yeah, those were
Stronger than steel.
the ones that are
Right.
practically invisible.
Yeah.
Those nano threads.
Those are the ones. They rig the Panama Canal with these threads,
Okay.
creating a system that slices right through the ETO's ship as it passes through.
Whoa. That's
These guys
intense.
are pretty...
Talk about making a statement.
Yeah.
Did it work?
Perfectly.
Wow.
The ETO on board had no time to react,
Oh.
let alone destroy any data.
Sure.
The ship was sliced into sections.
Wow.
But because the cuts were so clean,
Okay.
even damaged hard drives could be reconstructed.
Oh, wow.
They recovered a treasure trove of information,
Really?
messages, plans, strategies, 28 gigabytes worth?
28 gigabytes.
I know.
That doesn't seem like much now.
All right.
But back then, that was probably like accessing a supercomputer's worth of data.
Yeah, absolutely.
What kind of things did they learn?
They learned a lot about the Trisolarans technology,
Okay.
their methods of surveillance.
Okay.
It turns out these aliens were way ahead of humanity.
Okay. For example, they had deployed sophisticated surveillance technology called softens.
Okay.
They were constantly watching and listening to everything happening on Earth.
So, Big Brother on a cosmic scale.
Pretty much.
That's creepy.
Yeah, it's a little creepy.
And the information transmission was instantaneous?
Instantaneous.
Imagine the implications. They weren't just recording.
Right?
They were watching a live feed of Earth.
Oh, live feed.
It was a chilling revelation for humanity.
It was.
Low pressure, humanity.
Right.
Just an advanced alien civilization watching your every move.
Exactly.
And the logs revealed another crucial piece of information.
They did.
The Trisolarans were terrified
Uh-huh.
of a seemingly ordinary astrophysicist
Yeah.
named Luo Ji.
Luo G, yeah.
Wait, what? Why him?
Right.
Was he hiding some kind of secret weapon or something?
That's the thing.
Okay.
The book doesn't explicitly say why at this point.
Mm.
But remember what we said about the enemy's priorities.
The very fact that the Trisolarans are so fixated on this one man,
Right.
Luo Ji,
Yeah.
instantly makes him the most important person on the planet.
That's a lot of pressure for one guy.
It is.
From obscurity to public enemy number one.
Right.
Or should I say public alien target number one.
You got it.
Okay.
Now, here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
This whole scenario, while fictional,
Right.
offers a powerful lesson that we can apply to our own lives,
Sure.
even without the alien invasion part.
Okay. I'm all ears.
Okay.
How do we apply this enemy's priorities concept
Right.
in a more grounded, real-world way?
Think about it this way. Have you ever had someone, maybe a colleague or a friend,
Yeah.
give you feedback that was tough to hear at first?
Oh, absolutely. We've all been there.
Right. But then, maybe later, you realize there was some truth to it.
Right.
It stings in the moment,
Yeah.
but it ends up helping you grow.
Sure.
That's kind of what's happening here, just on a larger scale.
Instead of ignoring criticism or pushing back against it,
Right.
lean into it.
Yeah.
Try to understand where it's coming from.
Precisely.
Okay.
That uncomfortable feedback, that opposing viewpoint,
Yeah.
can be incredibly valuable,
Sure.
even if it comes from a source you don't particularly like or agree with.
Okay.
In the book, the ETO, these traitors,
Right.
unintentionally gave humanity a tactical advantage.
Okay.
Simply by communicating with the enemy.
Right.
It's about recognizing that even in the most challenging situations,
Yeah.
valuable information can be gleaned from unexpected places.
It's about seeing the opportunity in the obstacle.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
So instead of just trying to shut down opposing viewpoints,
Right.
we should try to understand them.
Yeah.
But how do we do that effectively
Right.
without getting bogged down in negativity
Oh.
or losing sight of our own goals? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
It's easy to say,
Yeah.
be open to different perspectives,
Right.
but it's much harder to actually do it. It is. Especially when those perspectives challenge our deeply held beliefs
Yeah.
or make us uncomfortable.
Right.
Definitely takes conscious effort.
It does.
It's about being a bit more observant,
Yeah.
a bit more analytical about the information that comes our way,
Sure.
especially if it's something we initially want to reject.
Yeah.
So instead of just brushing off criticism,
Right.
we should treat it
Mm-hmm.
as potentially valuable intel.
Exactly. Let's say you're launching a new product.
Okay.
And you keep hearing the same criticism from different sources.
Okay.
Customers, reviewers, maybe even competitors.
Ouch, my ego.
It stings.
Yeah.
But instead of immediately dismissing it as unfounded,
Sure.
ask yourself, what if they're onto something?
Okay.
What if there's a blind spot in my thinking?
Okay.
What if this criticism, however frustrating, could
Yeah.
help me improve?
That's a great point. It's so easy to get defensive,
It is.
especially when you've poured your heart and soul into something.
Sure.
But those uncomfortable questions,
Yeah.
the ones we often shied away from,
Right.
can be the most revealing.
Absolutely.
They can be absolute game changers.
For sure.
Remember, in the three-body problem,
Yeah.
humanity used the actions of their enemies,
Right.
the ETO,
Right.
to gain a crucial advantage.
They did.
They took something that seemed purely negative,
Uh-huh.
treason,
Yeah.
and extracted valuable intelligence from it.
They did.
It's about turning the tables,
It is.
finding the opportunity in the obstacle,
Oh.
turning lemons into lemonade, as they say,
Exactly.
and maybe analyzing why those lemons were thrown at you in the first place.
Right.
What can you learn from that?
Yeah.
What adjustments can you make?
Exactly.
That's where the real growth happens.
That's where it happens.
Okay, I am loving this lemon analysis concept.
Right.
But on a serious note,
Sure.
this has been an incredibly thought-provoking deep dive.
It has.
Who knew a sci-fi novel about alien
I
invasions
know, right?
could offer such practical wisdom
Yeah.
for navigating the complexities of everyday life?
It's amazing what we can discover when we dig a little deeper, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Fiction often allows us to explore these complex ideas in a safe space
It does.
to examine different perspectives
Yeah.
without the real world stakes.
Absolutely. So, to our listeners,
Yes.
the next time you encounter a difficult situation,
Okay.
a harsh critic, or even just some constructive feedback,
Right.
remember the lesson of the three-body problem. Sometimes the most valuable insights come from the most unexpected places.
That's right.
Keep your mind open,
Keep it open.
your ears open, and you might be surprised at what you learn.
You might be.
And on that note,
Okay.
we'll wrap up this deep dive into the world of traitors,
We will.
intel, and the surprising strategic advantage of understanding your opponents. Until next time,
See you then.
keep exploring, keep learning, and remember,
Yes.
the truth is out there.